Hey everyone, this is Larry with Today I Feel Like. I have a M5 iPad with Wi-Fi and cellular, and I decided to go with US Mobile because they had a really good deal. Now, US Mobile put me on their Dark Star network, which is AT&T. So I want to see how this thing performs. I've never really tested the speeds to see what it does. So I'm going to test it here at home, and then I'm going to go around to a few different places and see what kind of speeds we get with US Mobile on their Dark Star network, which is AT&T. So let's jump into it, and here we go. All right, well, I have my iPad here. I have my speed test ready to go. Let's jump in and get this thing going and see what we have. So let's go ahead and open up. We're going to use this Ocola speed test here, and we'll get rid of that. Let's hit go. It says we're connected to AT&T, as we can see, because that is what the Dark Star network is. So we are off and running, and here we go. It says, woo, look at those speeds on 5G. Wow. All right, we're looking at 571 down and about 58 up. 59, we're at 59. Can we get to 60? Nope, we're gonna be at 59. Look at that, look at that. 551 down and 59.2 up. That's impressive. That is impressive. All right, let's take this iPad to a few other places and see what kind of speeds we get elsewhere when we're out and about. All right, well, I drove about, I don't know, a mile or so away. I'm over here at one of the local high schools. I'm just in the parking lot. I figured there's probably a lot of traffic over this way, like cellular traffic, because all the kids have their phones and people are using data and all that stuff. So I figure it's a good place to see how this will perform. So let's go ahead and start it up. Let me open up my speed test. And yep, we are connected to AT&T. So let's go ahead and hit go. And it is off and running. And one thing I like so far, as I'm seeing, is I'm getting, it looks like full bars of 5G plus. So fantastic. Now, I am at 5 something again. Look at that. It is really going 600, 650. Wow. We got faster speeds here than we did at home. My uploads are already at 80 something. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Look at that. It says high score. Fantastic. It's gotten 684 down and 86.4 up. That is truly, truly impressive. Now, you may also notice in the upper right-hand corner of my iPad, it says VPN, because I do have my VPN on, because I keep my VPN on all the time because I like to protect my web traffic. So, you know, I could do one of these tests without the VPN and see if it makes a difference. But to be perfectly honest with you, it doesn't matter to me what the speed is without it, because I don't use my iPad that way. So yeah, 684 down and 86.4 up. That's amazing. All right, we're going to test it one more place a little bit further away and see how it does there. Okay, so I'm back for the third location, and I am in Reston over in an area called Lake Ann. And I really don't know what the cell service is like over here generally. But as we head over to my iPad here, we can see it looks like I'm at full bars again. And this is crazy because I have not been just like cherry picking places with full 5G bars. I've just sort of decided I'm going to go, here, I'm going to go here. Obviously, I tested it in my home because, if my Wi-Fi goes out or something, I have to use cellular. I want to know what I can expect. So yeah, so far I'm looking at good 5G everywhere, but let's go ahead and test it. So let's hit go, and it is connecting there. It's up and running, and oh, look at that. Even though it says I'm getting full 5G, it doesn't look like it's all that fast right here. It's not slow. It's not slow. It looks like we're going to get about 100, about 105, 6, 7 down. Let's see. So we got 108 down, and we're getting about 50, 60. It looks like we're going to get about 65, 70, 75, 80, about 77. Let's see what's going to end at 77. So Well, it says new high score. That's not a new high score right there, but it says 108 down and 77.4 up. That's not as good as before, but it's still fairly respectable, I have to say. So it does say on here that I'm at full bars of 5G, which doesn't seem like that should be the speed that I'm getting at full bars 5G, considering other places I was getting, 500, 600, 700, or 600 I think was the highest. But yeah, that's still not bad. 108 down, 77 up. I think most people can live with that for their cell phones, or in this case, an iPad. All right, everyone. Well, there you go. That is it. That is a look at the US Mobile Darkstar AT&T network. And yeah, I was doing this on my iPad Pro, and I have to say, I am pretty impressed. I mean, I was not out there trying to cherry pick places with good signal or good data speeds. I was just like, okay, I'm in my house, let me test it. All right, I'm over at the school getting ready to pick up my niece, let me test it. All right, I dropped my niece off, I'm miles away, and I stopped by a little convenience store, let me test it. In all those places, it worked exceptionally well. Now, the last spot where the convenience store was, the speeds were slower, but they were still really pretty good, especially for cellular. So I'm happy. I'm thinking this is fantastic. In fact, it's so good, I'm curious now, maybe I should get US Mobile with that Darkstar AT&T network on my phones. So right now I have one phone with Verizon, the other phone with T-Mobile. The Verizon one is with Visible by Verizon. The T-Mobile one is with Mint Mobile. So it would kind of be a third-party MVNO battle. And I'm curious to see which one performs the best. So if you guys are curious, leave me a comment and let me know you want to see that video so I can make it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, well, check me out because I'm making more stuff. So please subscribe. Anyways, I'm screwing all this up. I'm losing track from my intro or my outro. I'm just going to get out of here. Anyways, if you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe and follow me on Instagram. And I'm Larry with Today I Feel Like It. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. Peace.